Okay, so there's something happening in Durham right now that nobody's really talking about. And I think in like 5 to 7 years, people are just going to look back and go like, yeah, that was the thing. So let me just walk you through it. So if you've ever driven down Highway 2 through Curtis or Pickering, you've seen the nuclear stations. Most people just drive past them, right? They're just kind of there. But here's what's actually going on right now. OPG, Ontario Power Generation, they just got approval on two huge projects in Durham. One is the Pickering Nuclear Power Station refurbishment, sorry. That's a 26.8 billion project, runs all the way through the mid 2030s. The other one is the Darlington SMR, stands for Small Modular Reactor. It's Canada's first, and they've already started hiring people for it. Now I know that sounds like, okay, cool, nuclear stuff, but what does that have to do with me buying a house? Just stay with me for a second because this is actually really important. So here's the thing about a project this size. It's not like 10 scientists showing up in lab coats. We're talking about thousands of workers, iron workers, pipe fitters, electricians, millwrights, engineers, project managers, like real skilled trades and professional jobs. The kind of job that pays around 80 to 150K a year, stable, long-term, government backed. Now, OPG has already hired around 700 new people just for the early phases of the Darlington build. And that number is going way up as construction picks up. And here's the part that actually matters for real estate. Most of these workers are coming from Ontario, from the GTA. Some are already in Durham, but a lot of them aren't yet. And they're going to need somewhere to live. They're going to be driving to a job site in Clarington or Pickering every single day. So where do you think they're going to buy a house? That's the part nobody's connecting right now. So let me put this into context with what's actually happening right now in the market. So Durham is in a buyer's market. Homes are sitting around 55 days on market in Oshawa. Prices are softer than they were a couple of years ago. And I talk to buyers every week who are just waiting for rates to drop, waiting for prices to come down, waiting for some signal that it's just the right time. And look, I completely get it. That makes sense if you're only looking at what happened last month. But the thing that's missing from the analysis is demand, like actual ground level demand. People with good jobs who need a place to live. Think about what happened in Waterloo region when the tech companies started moving in, or Fort McMurray during the oil sands. When a region locks in a decade of high income employment, the housing market figures it out. It doesn't happen overnight, but the direction becomes pretty clear. Durham just locked in over $26 billion of economic activity. It's not a rumor, not a maybe. It's government-backed infrastructure project with a 10-year timeline. That's the kind of thing that moves markets over time, regardless of what the Bank of Canada is doing. So who needs to actually hear this? Now, if you're a first-time homebuyer in Durham who's been sitting on the fence, this is the kind of context that should be part of how you're thinking about your decision. You're not just buying a house, you're buying into a region that just had a massive employment anchor locked in. Now, if you're an investor trying to figure out whether Durham makes sense right now, this is one of the clearest demand signals I've seen here in years. And if you're the person who's waiting for prices to drop another 10% before you pull the trigger, just think about what happens to demand in Pickering, Whitby, and Clarington when thousands of well-paid workers start looking for homes near their job sites. Now, I'm not saying prices are going up tomorrow. I'm saying the long-term story for Durham is a lot stronger than the headlines are giving it credit for right now. I'm going to keep making videos like this, not the stuff every other agent is posting, like here's the average sale price, interest rates are high, blah, blah, blah. I want to actually show you what's happening in Durham and what it means for you if you're buying or selling here. So subscribe if that's useful to you. Next video, I'm breaking down the BRT, the new transit line they're building from Oshawa all the way into Scarborough, and what it means for property values along that corridor. That one's going to be good. And if you want to talk through your own situation, buying, selling, doesn't matter. Just drop a comment or send me a DM. I'm Shariq. I'm a licensed real estate agent in Durham Region, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you.